Today is the last day of Sex Week, a period of sex education. Hear all about what happened over the week.
A holiday donation drive is giving hundreds of local kids a little extra warmth and hope this Christmas, and the impact goes far beyond what's under the tree. We'll show how you can help next.
Tomorrow is the last day of Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week, a nationwide event to hold service events and to help the homeless. Find out what Kent State is doing for the occasion.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your KSTV Newscast at 6. I'm Emilio Hernandez.
And I'm Lexi Blatnick. Thank you for joining us this evening. We begin tonight's show with a Sex Week recap.
Kent State's annual Sex Week is wrapping up tonight after hosting a full lineup of events about consent, identity, and health.
KSTV's Sophia Elena has more on how this long-running student tradition continues to create space for learning and support on campus. Hi, Sophia.
Hi guys, that's right. Kent State is wrapping up its annual Sex Week today, a student-led tradition that's been part of campus life for more than 10 years. The week features conversations and activities meant to help students navigate topics they may not have fully explored before coming to college. Hosted by the Kent Inter-Hall Council, Sex Week brings together programs that focus on consent, sexual health, identity, and newer concepts like sextortion. Organizers say their goal is to offer clear, accurate information in a setting where students feel comfortable asking questions while having fun.
A lot of people, this is their first time being free, first time by themselves, so they're learning a lot more stuff, and we want to make sure that they know both what's right, what's wrong, and when it's okay to ask questions. And the answer is always. You can always ask a question.
This year's lineup include condoms on the sundial, where volunteers hand out free resources, sex in the dark, an anonymous Q&A with campus experts, the annual drag show bringing fun and inclusivity, and lastly, Sextoberfest, a closing celebration with games and educational booths. Each event approaches sexual health from a different angle, drawing large groups of students throughout the week.
To be ashamed of, and that it can be something positive as long as it's done right and consensually.
I want them to understand that while it is fun, it is also a serious matter. We want it to be more educational than just fun, but we have to blur the lines. We don't want it to be a joke.
The mission of Sex Week goes beyond distributing resources. Organizers say they aim to create a judgment-free environment where students can talk openly about relationships, boundaries, and identity.
We provide that community and advocacy for you to be who you are.
And then overall, just reminding people that no matter who they are, where they are in the world, they always have an identity. There's always a safe place. Community is community.
Now, if you missed it, don't worry. Sextoberfest, one of the most famous events of the week, is happening in less than an hour from 7 until 9 in the Student Center Ballroom to wrap up the events with food, prizes, and sexual health activities. For KSTV, I'm Sophia Elena.
Thanks, Sophia. As the holidays get closer, one local program is making sure children in need feel seen, celebrated, and supported on Christmas morning.
The Pajamas and Books for Kids Drive is working to bring warmth, comfort, and a little extra hope to hundreds of families across the Akron area.
KSTV's Lex Rady spoke with the CEO of the ministry about how the community can help and how even the smallest gifts can make a big impact. Lex?
That's right, guys. As the holiday season approaches, one local ministry is working to make sure every child feels cared for, especially those facing the toughest challenges at home. Their mission isn't just about gifting, but about restoring joy and creating meaningful moments for families who need it most. Hundreds of local kids will get more than just gifts this holiday season thanks to the Pajamas and Books for Kids Drive. The program is helping 680 children across Akron area schools, all identified as those most in need, and every gift is tailored to each child's own wish list. Organizers say the goal goes beyond presents and focuses more on offering warmth, stability, and a sense of hope on Christmas morning.
A child on Christmas morning, the light and the hope that comes along with that, and making sure that they have a warm pair of pajamas, they have a nourished body, that they have the warmth of the food, plus they get a blanket on top of that. They have a book that's age appropriate for them that they can snuggle in and read. So you think of the night before and then the morning of, just them lighting up and sparkling because they have something actually under the tree.
And if you'd like to help, donations can be made through OpenM's website. You can sponsor a child, volunteer, or give directly by visiting openm.org/Christmas for all the details.
Tomorrow's the last day of the Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week. Long name, I know. It's a national event the week before Thanksgiving to, as the name implies, raise awareness about homelessness and hold service events. Kent State will join in on this tradition tomorrow at the Pepsi Leadership Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can register for the event on the KSU website.
Kent Free Library is introducing a brand new design courtesy of Nathaniel Jones. Jones' design features a sketched black squirrel sitting in front of the library's entrance. He won a design contest held in September, which is also National Library Sign-Up Month. Jones' design is available beginning January 2026. If you already have a library card, you may switch it out for one with his design.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
At the map here, we got a variety of different temperatures, with Columbus being the warmest at 57 degrees, Pittsburgh over here reaching over to 48 degrees, while Athens is at 43. But if we go further south, we see 52. So it's a little mix over here, just a lot of variety that we're seeing across the state of Ohio. But yeah, so Akron, Canton, 52. We're near there. So we're probably at 52. Looking at 57 in Columbus, like I mentioned before, a lot warmer. Love going home for break because ironically, it's like not really that far, but it is so much more warmer in Columbus than it is when you're in Northeast Ohio. And then Toledo, I'm seeing Toledo have that lake effect here with the colder degrees of 46 degrees, a little chillier. But I would say for the state of Ohio in winter, you know, Ohio has very chaotic weather. This is actually pretty warm to me. I was expecting this time of year for it to be a lot colder, but no, I'm very impressed. I'm very proud of the state of Ohio and how we're doing collectively, climately right now. But don't go anywhere. Coming up, I will walk you through what things look like right now here in Kent. But for now, let's take it back to the anchors at the desk.
Thanks, Lex. A pedestrian was struck by a train today at 2:51, resulting in fatal injuries, according to the Ravenna Police Department. The train was owned by CSX Transportation and traveling westbound on the tracks between Chestnut and Diamond Street. Ravenna police are still investigating this incident and are urging the public to contact the police department if you have any information.
3 weeks ago, a mass shooting took place in an Airbnb party in Bath Township of Summit County. Officials announced this morning that 3 suspects have been arrested. 19-year-old Jashawn Stewart, 18-year-old Derquan Edwards, and a 16-year-old were all charged with murder, delinquency to commit murder, felonious assault, and, according to police, more charges are to be expected.
Former Congressman Tim Ryan announced that he will no longer run for Ohio governor today. His decision comes after teasing a possible campaign for months. Ryan's decision leaves Dr. Amy Acton as the leading Democratic candidate for Ohio governor. She is expected to run against the Republican Vivek Ramaswamy. Both the Ohio Republican Party and President Donald Trump endorsed Ramaswamy.
Ohio lawmakers have shortened the deadline for returning absentee ballots, thus removing any grace period and validating any ballots that arrive after Election Day. As of 2022, Ohio's voters have had a 10-day grace period for ballots turned in after the Election Day to be counted. It was shortened to 4 days in 2024 and is now being eliminated entirely.
A new bill requires Ohio public schools to display certain historical documents in classrooms, including the Ten Commandments. Other documents include the Declaration of Independence, the Magna Carta, and the Bill of Rights. Many Ohio Democrats say that the bill impedes on Ohioans' First Amendment rights. The sponsors of the bill argue that it exposes students to fundamental documents that shape America's legal system.
The cost of living has gone up. The price is rising and paychecks not going as far as they used to. Learn more about the situation.
Songs, even if they're bad, hundreds and hundreds of them, just to find a good one. Yeah. And then
I've been in this long enough. I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you're basically like there and being
with that, but it has a special place in my heart. I grew up watching it so much. Have you guys seen it?
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Know it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. With the holidays right around the corner, many citizens are concerned with the rising costs of necessities.
CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has more.
High price rise of everything going on with inflation, the tariffs, our dollars are not stretching as much as they need to.
From food to health insurance.
It's going to be triple
this year,
which equates to double the cost of what we pay for our mortgage for our house.
People are struggling to keep up with rising costs. A poll published by Fox News this week found 76% of Americans have a negative view of this economy, up from 67% in July. Vice President J.D. Vance says the administration needs time.
As much progress as we've made, it's going to take a little bit of time for every American to feel that economic boom, which we really do believe is coming.
When it comes to Americans' paychecks, in September, inflation-adjusted hourly earnings were flat for the second month in a row, holding the annual rate of gain at 0.8%, the lowest in more than a year, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data released Friday. For blue-collar and service industry workers, real pay gains were even weaker. The White House, however, continues to express optimism about the economy.
Wages are up by 3.8% over the year for American workers because of President Trump's pro-growth policies. In fact, real wages are on pace to increase roughly $1,200 for the average worker this year under President Trump.
In September, inflation also rose to 3% for the first time since January, according to the Consumer Price Index. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
With the increasing concern of consumers, many businesses are facing the impact.
That's right. From boycotts to recalls, KSTV's own Stephen Strink is here to tell us more. Stephen?
From the grocery prices potentially going down to a Target boycott to a recall on Hyundai sedans, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Experts are saying that the prices of groceries could start going down soon after President Trump removed tariffs on Brazilian goods such as coffee and meat. President Trump says he imposed 50% tariffs on Brazil in July. These tariffs were in response to former Brazilian leader Jair Bolsonaro's trial in the Brazilian Supreme Court. Bolsonaro was convicted of running a coup and now faces up to 27 years in a Brazilian prison. People in Minneapolis, Minnesota are boycotting the popular store Target as the holiday season approaches. The protesters are protesting the company due to the retail giant announcing that they would be changing their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Target on Wednesday announced its third quarter earnings, which showed that store sales slid about 2.7% in the last 3 months. Hyundai is recalling over 85,000 Sonata sedans due to a possible fuel leak that could result in the fuel tank melting. According to the automaker, there have been 7 reported issues regarding the fuel tank leaking. Hyundai says that the recall includes models from 2020 to 2023. Hyundai says that the owners of the Sonatas will be notified of the recall via mail. That's all I have for you tonight. For KSTV, I'm Steven Strink.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
All right, let's jump right in. Here's your currently in Kent, and it's already setting the tone for the next few hours. So right now at 6 p.m., we just got some clouds going for us. And at 9 p.m., the rain's gonna come on. Rain, go away. No, rain stay. I love the rain personally. I love just the little like pitter patter when the raindrops fall on like the roof, especially when I'm trying to sleep. So this is looking great, but this is looking 10 times better for us because it is still going to be raining at midnight, still rain, and hopefully, in my personal opinion, that continues on to the next morning. Our extended forecast for the week. So Friday, we're staying at cloudy. Saturday, it doesn't seem like that rain that we're having tonight is going to extend over into the next day. It's going to be partly cloudy. Same old for Sunday. Same old for Monday. Whoa. Tuesday, don't skip class. I said it, but I can't tell you what to do. I can't really enforce it. So do whatever you got to do. And then Wednesday, we have some morning showers. Yes, that is perfect for me. And Thursday, Turkey Day, gobble, gobble. It is going to be a 12% chance of rain, I'm assuming, and cloudy. But that wraps up the weather for now. Stay with us because I've got your sports update coming up next.
Fans of the Hunger Games series are in luck, as they only need to wait a year for the latest movie, The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. Lionsgate released a teaser trailer with a release date of November 20th, 2026 for the upcoming film, which serves as a prequel and an origin story for the character Haymitch Abernathy, who will be played by Joseph Zada.
Well, the adorable pink video game character Kirby is hitting the track for a sequel. Though at first glance the game is racing-based, developers say the game also offers the player an opportunity to explore the game's map. The game is a sequel to Kirby Air Riders, which originally released on the GameCube in 2003. Talk about a throwback. It is now available for the Nintendo Switch too.
The details of their victory and more in your KSTV Sports Report.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Go. You feel good about that? No. I'm looking at it right.
In yellow today, feel free to use orange, feel free to use green, feel free whatever you want to do. These are what I have in my refrigerator.
students, especially those that are in CCI fondly enough, are going to be visiting there quite often. But does their reward program
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Hello, Portage County. We have a long list of events to cover tonight, so let's jump right into it. We're going to start with things out on the mats as the wrestling team took a trip to Columbus for their match against the number 2 ranked Ohio State last night, and it was not particularly close. The Flashes fell to the Buckeyes 44-0 in this one. Despite the score, Kent State was only pinned once, which came at the hands of the defending national champion, Jesse Mendez. Kent State Wrestling will be back in action here in Kent on December 6th. The men's basketball team is back at the Mack Center tomorrow afternoon to face off against the Cleveland State Vikings. And their last meeting, the Flashes took home the victory by a final score of 102-95. Kent State enters this one with a 5-1 record and looks to take a sweep in the season series. While the Vikings are looking to get back in the win column after their 2-4 start to the season. Tip-off is at 2, and you can catch the action on ESPN+. Taking things over to Rocket Arena, the Cleveland Cavaliers host the Indiana Pacers tonight for their 3rd game of the NBA Cup. The Cavs split their first 2 cup games, but still sit at 10-6 on the season. The Pacers, on the other hand, are off to a rough start, winning just 2 games so far this year. Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen are game time decisions tonight, and tip-off is at 7. Taking things to the gridiron, the Buffalo Bills traveled down to Houston to take on the Texans last night. Houston was able to come out on top of this one despite missing their starting quarterback by a final score of 23-19. Backup quarterback Davis Mills was able to hold his own, throwing 2 touchdowns in the game. But the Texans' defense, led by Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, dominated the Bills, sacking Josh Allen 8 times last night. Coming back up to Ohio, the Buckeyes host the Rutgers Scarlet Knights tomorrow afternoon at noon. Number 1 ranked Ohio State enters this one undefeated and is looking to pick up their 11th straight win this season. Historically, Rutgers has never beaten Ohio State in football, and they have never come within 2 scores of Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate are currently listed as questionable for tomorrow's matchup. Earlier this week, head coach Kevin Stefanski announced the Browns will start rookie QB Shedeur Sanders against the Raiders this week. Both teams enter Sunday's game with a 2-8 record on the season so far. Sanders will be tested this weekend as star pass rusher Max Crosby will be sure to make an impact in the game. Similarly, Myles Garrett, who has sacked the QB 10 times in his last 3 games, should have his name called as well. For more sports news, be sure to keep up with us weekdays at 6 for your daily sports reports, or tune in Monday at 8 for the weekly edition of Sports Corner. For KSTV, Lex Rady.
A lot of people wanted a pony for their birthday when they were younger, but this 83-year-old had that wish come true for her birthday.
watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
How can you hate Star Wars?
Kung Fu Panda.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Here for a late night walk.
Yes.
Night walks around
Yes.
campus.
Oh my gosh.
Not
I always, you know, like the swing.
Student center.
What?
Wait, care, you mean like health
CARES Center.
Student center.
Where you can get support.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. Yeah, and I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me? No.
Judy Cordy, 83, grew up riding horses on her uncle's farm, but due to her age, she can barely get out of bed, much less get back in the saddle. And she had not even laid eyes on a horse in years. Her son, Ryan, wanted to change that. So, for her birthday, he put in a call for a retired racehorse named Apollo to come visit her. Judy was ecstatic, saying she felt like she was 10 years old again.
That is wonderful. Oh my goodness. So I don't know of any horses, but I do know of a workhorse who did about 67% of... I'm so sorry. I promised our producer to do it.
No, but that's true because I was on camera 6-7% of the time.
67% of the time, yeah. Is this your first Friday newscast this semester?
I think it is my first Friday newscast. It was my first time this semester doing sports, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
I expect you to be on Sports Corner.
Yeah.
We'll see about that, Portage County.
Yeah, but unfortunately that is all the time we have for today. But be sure to tune back in on Monday for your 6 p.m. newscast.
In the meantime, be sure to check out KentStater.com for more news and updates. I'm Lexi Blatnick.
And I'm Amelia Hernandez. Have a great night, Portage County.
Hey there, welcome to
Kent
Core.
Kent Core.
To Kent Core.
Why not crank it? It doesn't hurt anyone else. But listening too long and too loud can actually damage your hearing.
Now, 1 in 5 people 12 and older have some kind of hearing loss. So let's boogie and get those ears checked.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh?